message report, obviously it was so important it got interrupted. We're going to go ahead and start back over. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to Powerhouse Tarot. I'm Energy Goddess. Welcome in. What's goody? All right. So the cards out that we had were judgments, friendship, and grief or guilt. Okay. One of your friends feel guilty because the way that they treated you or the way that they spoke about you. This person misspoke about you because in a particular time in your life when they were speaking about you, it could have been just that when they were speaking about you at that particular time, maybe you weren't doing as well as you would have liked. Maybe you weren't in the best of situations. But it's like now they see you and that you've overcome those situations and now they regret. Okay, because that's the card off to the side. This is how they feel. They regret, okay, what they did, okay? And the spirit needs me to talk about this rune message. The rune for today is Uruz. Uruz. And it is a rune message that is talking all about, this untapped in potential that someone has. And when those people were gossiping about you, when they were backstabbing you, okay, they didn't realize that you had this infinite amount of potential inside of you that you just had not tapped into, okay? And they were a little bit quick to judge here is what I'm getting. And it's like now they see you in a more prosperous position than what they had predicted, okay? And it's frustrating to a lot of energies, okay? Because they were rooting against you, just period. That's what your shadow self needs you to know. Okay, the Uru's rune is all about freedom, tapping into that untamed potential, tenacity and courage. That was also another one of the cards that I had when I flipped over the soul deck, tapping into that untamed potential. You know what I'm saying? You have so much potential, but you just have to tame it. You have to, truly master your potential, right? And go after something. And I feel like that's really the energy that you're in with this, in your present energy of the Page of Pentacles, going after whatever it is you desire. Maybe these people I'm getting, they misspoke about your finances, or maybe you were new at whatever you were doing. And so when people are new at something, a lot of people will hate on them in order to discourage them from continuing to embark upon that endeavor, right? So in general, if that person is weak that's receiving that type of criticism, they'll stop doing it, even if it's something that they love doing. But if that person is strong, they're going to persevere through that. So I think someone internally took the challenge that it took. It's like they challenged them. You challenge yourself here. Your shadow is saying you took a situation where you might not have been that good at something, or you might not have been that perfect at something, but you took a situation and you made yourself become better at it. You improved at it. And that's what pisses people off, because you didn't let the negative energy stop you or block you. And a lot of times people, they don't even be sending you other shit other than just the thought. You know what I'm saying? Like they magic don't go past that. But if they can succeed in swaying your mind just in that alone, you know what I'm saying? They've won, right? So you have to understand how tricky the enemy can be at times, right? I feel like clinging on to some of these energies, it brought you a lot of pain because, you realize that you didn't have the same heart as some of these people. And not even that you have to have the same heart as everybody that you associate yourself with, so much as they didn't have the purity that was contained inside of your heart. You see what I'm saying? These people lacked integrity. You know what I'm saying? The type of people that'll talk about their friends when their friends aren't listening, and then sit in their friend's face like, hey, what's up, like nothing ever happened. You know what I'm saying? These type of backstabbing, backbiters, you see what I'm saying, type of people, you know. And so these could have been like people that you knew from the past, and they've watched you evolve, they've watched you ascend, right? And they're still watching you ascend, and you have higher heights to even go. You're always going to challenge yourself. That's the thing about it. And I feel like a lot of people, you know when it comes to those energies, they claim that they were your friends. You know, they held their hate and animosity towards you behind this title of friendship is what I'm getting here. Okay. I feel like too they shadow self is telling us like, yo, shadow is saying like they talk shit about, so whatever it is that you do for to make a living, they talking shit about that. They hating on that. They don't want you to do that. Okay. And it's like even when you was doing like the quote unquote like traditional thing, they hated on that. And then like when you went the non-traditional route, they really hated on that. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna get hate regardless is what I'm getting from some of these energies. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you transmuting that into love, and you're just making it work really in your area, your field of expertise. And you might not be as experienced as you want to be, but I feel like your emotional intelligence makes you more savvy than a lot of the competition or a lot of the people who were negative sayers, you know, or people that spoke negatively about you in your life and your endeavors. Yeah, so yeah, I feel like when you started to release like some of the connection to like saying like these, I'm not gonna consider these people my friends. These are my friends. If they're not my friends, then you know I really need to take that into consideration. It's something about that what saved you here. Also, I'm getting this message that you know, if right now you're feeling like really taking a rest or taking some time to recover, right? This is because your body just needs that. You know what I'm saying? To rest, to recharge in this Four of Swords, that's the body's way of detoxing uh, from all of the pollutants that we're taking in, right? So take that time. Maybe that's your body's response trying to tell you to take that time. You need some rest, you know, to help you take better care of yourself at this time. Okay. How about the Queen of Cups? Okay. So these could be like water signs that you knew that were very unhealed. It's like some of these energies too could like walk around and like actually like some of these energies they honestly um they regret not making certain choices, kind of like how you did in finding your freedom through your ascension process. It was like them watching you on your spiritual journey was so freeing and empowering that they kind of regret not taking those same steps because now they're still stuck in these they kind of still stuck in wherever they were when you met them or like when you seen them, like you know how like after all these years like you know to see somebody and they still the same person, you know what I'm saying, they still do the same shit, like that's how type of people there are, you know what I'm saying, they are that oppose you, you know, they're the type of people who don't, they're not making lifestyle changes, you know what I'm saying, in the outcome. So your shadow is saying look, don't be phased by these people who didn't support you in your spiritual ascension journey, okay? And they didn't support their own spiritual ascension journey, okay? A lot of them, they're going to regret it later on when they realize that it's not all about money. You know what I'm saying? The true currency is your energy, okay? And I feel like the time's a meow. And I feel like the more that you, yeah, he is beyond. The more you continue to keep pressing forward, the more that you realize that you never needed any of them and that you're going places that none of them were ever meant to even go. These rooms, these floors, those walls, they'll never see those, okay? They were meant to be stuck in the paradigm where they were burdened. And the same things that they talked about you and how you were inexperienced and you didn't know things and all of this stuff. Now they're realizing and they regret not learning something themselves, not tapping into their intuition themselves. They're regretting it. Some of them could even be like copying or trying to emulate whatever it is that you do. So you could be someone who has some sort of public platform or something like that where you teach publicly, and so people could be like trying to emulate or copy, right, that kind of your work, is what I'm getting. But they lack, they don't have any security in it. There's no security in it for them. You see what I'm saying? Because they haven't done the work for it to pay off. You know, they haven't done this internal work. That's why I'm giving you the shadow report, because even your shadow is rooting for you right now, like quite literally, y'all. Like even our shadow is like letting us know, like, yeah, yo, we in charge, like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them people recognize it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people them see it, and they're not gonna never give you, you know what I'm saying, your credit, your dues. A lot of them feel like, oh, I started this journey before you, or you know what I'm saying? It's all these, they got all of this as excuses, you know what I'm saying? Versus reasons to unify. You see what I'm saying? Versus reasons to, come together, you know? And so that's why they'll never be on your level. They'll always be guilty in their heart, because um no matter how good they might try to portray that they feeling or are experiencing life, you could tell that they're not. They're in regret. They got a lot of guilt around the friendships. Some people have done shit to you that they'll never admit to you. And it would take, honestly, you tapping into your intuition to tell them, like, hey, I know that you did this to me. You know what I'm saying? Or, hey, I know. And then when you start professing that shit, I'm telling you, Shadow's talking to me right now. Like, I'm really channeling. They saying, like, a lot of those people, like, you gonna scare them the fuck off on some real shit, because they gonna swear that like, you got God eyes. You got, like, God's mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, ascension is about that. You know what I'm saying? About you raising up and rising up to your highest level, your highest self. You know, to become your God self, right? And when you're in that state, you have a lot of knowledge that people who are not ascending or ascension in that ascension process, right, don't receive. So you receive insight and intel from the highest, the most high. And so when that information comes in, it scares people, because you're so accurate with this shit. You feel me? So even if they are, like, I feel like a lot of people might try to do what you do, emulate or whatever, but they're gonna bite off more than they can chew. Okay? And that's for real. Like, they gonna bite off more than they could chew. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, like, really compete here with you. If there is any competition, Shadow Stuff needs you to know that. Like, so these people are really experiencing a lot of um negative energy that they've internally created for themselves. I feel like you've been nothing but a good friend or a good person to a lot of people, and I don't feel like you need to apologize for things that have happened or even re-bring it up. I feel like it's at this point in your life, I feel like it's time for just moving on. You know what I'm saying? Like, why keep going back to the past when you can move forward? You know, to go back to the past is like, it's not growth, right? Not that you don't need to do it from time to time to do a little shadow work, but this is like, even the shadow is version of you is saying that you've gone back to these people long enough. Like, we're done with that. We're not. There's no going back. We're only moving forward, and we're only doing things that bring us closer into ascension, closer into elevation, right? And that's just that on that. Okay. I feel like a lot of energies are really just upset that um it's like, whatever you do, you got like a public platform or something like that, and it's like you talk to people, which helps you with like your social skills, right? Basic social skills, being able to fucking advocate and articulate. You know what I'm saying? Messages. Because you ever talk to a person and it's like you can tell they never have had social interactions, because when they talk to you, it's like you can tell. You know what I'm saying? You can always tell a person who has normal social interactions versus somebody who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's due to either they have a lot of, heightened social skills, or they have a lack of it, so you can always tell. And a lot of them that talked about you, they lacked social skills, and a lot of them lack social skills so terribly, you can tell in their friendships, like they can't make new friends, they can't meet new people. You know what I'm saying? Like they're stuck in the same paradigm, like that when you might have seen them 3 5 years ago. They're still in that same, a lot of them live in the same areas, they haven't moved. Like you can tell, like they literally like haven't moved. These people are so burdened, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like working just to be burdened. You know what I'm saying? Like they haven't found freedom, even through all of, they still haven't found their sovereignty through all the money that they make. You see what I'm saying? This is what I mean about how your shadow is letting you know that you're on the right path, because you never lost your integrity. You never said, well, oh, well, just because the finances aren't where I would like them to be, or where I perceive them to be, I'm gonna walk in this energy of not having integrity, and I'm gonna pull down people and this and that. Like you never had this negative energy about you, and that's what the thing that I feel like, that is the part of your heart that's so pure. You know what I'm saying? It's so pure that they can't fuck with that. That's really you and your God, you know what I'm saying, body on some real shit, and they really can't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like too, that's why they feel like they want to fuck with your physical self. Like if they could get in your mind, you know what I'm saying, they feel like they could get to you. But it's like you already know. Like half of them who talked about you when you was on your path, whatever you was doing on your social platforms, because that's why I think a lot of the, miscommunication and the discord and people being envious of you came from, because it was like they lacked ambition, they lacked social skills, they lacked a lot of things, and so they never pushed themselves to even create those type of situations, even though they probably should, because they probably had businesses, they probably had things that they should have been engaging more socially so they could be more successful, right? These things would have made them more successful, but they, instead of using it to make them successful, they rather point the finger and try to look at you and your journey, not realizing that the whole time they're wasting time. Because while this person you sitting here talking about, this person moving, and you ain't made no, these other people that sitting here talking about you, they ain't made no moves. So it sounds like you and the women in here collective getting this reading on some real shit, because that's what Shadow is telling me. It's like you're moving, you're growing, you know what I'm saying, despite the discomfort, on some real shit. And you don't have to be good at whatever it is that you're starting out. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to. Because if you thought like that, you never started. You know what I'm saying? If you thought, damn, I got to know all the information on my topic, and I got to know all of this and all of that and the this and the that, then you will never start nothing. That's what you would do. You would just be sitting around not doing nothing, just picking at everybody else that's out here doing something, right? So that's what sets you apart. Shadow needs you to know, like that's what sets you apart from your enemy right now, okay? Here. And a lot of them, like I said, they hide behind this mask, like, you know what I'm saying, they're your friend. You know what I'm saying? Wolf in sheep clothing, but they not really your friend. They don't really rock with you like that, right? You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. And I feel like you might know that about some of these energies as well. And that's probably why in the present situation, the Three of Swords energy is there. Like there's this pain, but it's like you got a pain too, but it's because, you've had to remove them from your heart and let that go. You know what I'm saying? Utilize the energy of the Most High Creator to help you surrender anything that no longer aligns you to your purpose. Okay? With this Three of Swords, that's what it's saying. Utilize that energy of pain to surrender it. You don't have to carry it. Okay, it's not a badge of honor, right? Um, but as you work through your pain, as you trust your process, you know things get better for you, and a lot of people are going to start coming to you now. Um, you'll see it, how things came full circle for you as you continue to stay in your ascension mode. All right. So that's what I got for the shadow report messages. All right. I want to grab us some. I also want to grab us some romance messages. If there's anything in love that the shadow has to say at this time, better yet, if there's anything that the ancestors, guides, and angels have to say, let's get that information at this time. Yeah, a lot of them be like, "Oh, look at you, you changed," or "Oh, look at you, you're doing better," and stuff like. But it's when they say that, it's filled with so much jealousy and hate. When they say that shit, like you can feel it, like it's dripping with like hate and jealousy for you, like. Like, look at you, you're doing so good. Like, what was I supposed to be doing bad? Like, what the fuck, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, people are fucking weird, yo. And then they'll be like smiling, like, what the fuck, yo? Like, if they know, like, if they seen you in public, they couldn't even come at you with that shit because it'd be like, man, you weird as fuck. Like, that's what you would tell them. You know what I'm saying? But like, they like try to come at you online, like, you know what I'm saying? They be like weird as shit. Like, people are just fucking so insecure, so little. You know what I'm saying? They be this fucking big inside. You know what I'm saying? And they want you to feel that and experience that. And it's like, no, man, that's your motherfucking battle. That's what you got going on. That ain't what I got going on. Okay. Fire garden, ignite your passions. Okay, so your shadow self wants you to delve into your passions. What are the things you love doing? What are the things you enjoy? What did you used to enjoy? If you didn't used to enjoy nothing, find something you enjoy now, currently, okay? And get to it. It doesn't have to make you money, but it just has to be something that you enjoy doing, okay? Later, as you continue to work in your passions, you may discover something that is lucrative, that is useful to the world, the universe, and it may pay off for you, But first, it starts with you delving into your passions, delving into the things that you just enjoy doing in life first, okay? What else? Thank you, angels. Third eye chakra. Yeah, because it's like you can see people. It's like you can feel them coming like the bullshit. It's safe for you to see the energy of love in all forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. It's like, yeah, it's like somebody had wrote me a comment the other day, and I like literally like I don't know, like people be forgetting. Like I be putting psychic because I be hoping that they get it. Like bruh, like I don't have to see you to see you. I don't have to see you to feel you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm tapped the fuck in. Like, so if you say something, even if you dress it up, you know what I'm saying? Like any ill intention, like I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can feel it. Like stop playing with me. Third eye chakra, like for real. I hate to make it like personal, but it is kind of personal. You know what I'm saying? Because for us collective, when I read for y'all, I'm reading for myself as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part of the conscious collective. I'm not outside of that. You know what I'm saying? And as readers, we need to understand that. Just because we reading for the public, we're not outside of that. You know what I'm saying? We're inside that bubble of the conscious collective, right? Uh, so that's what it is. But tell me more here, Holy Spirit. Thank you, angels. Indigo, yeah, you're a leader, a natural fucking born leader at that. And I feel like when you grew, as you grew up, like in life, like a lot of people follow behind you. or like even older people. Like you've always been able to like draw in people, or like a lot of people might know you, or like just that popularity type of thing, whether you wanted to be that or not. You know what I'm saying? That was always, just having that charismatic nature has always been like a part of you. And Shadow needs you to know that's because you're a natural born leader. You know what I'm saying? And your shadow has been like so rough around the edges, your whole life, because you're a natural born leader, and Shadow's trying to protect you, from this harsh world. Like look at the picture here. You know what I'm saying? It's like this beast is trying to protect this child from the world, shield, this child, you know, from the world, because you're highly sensitive and you're a natural born leader. Tell me more here, Holy Spirit. What is it our shadow self need us to know? Thank you, ancestors and guides. Okay, we got guardian angel. You are not alone. Hold space, druid. So some of you may work with druid energies. I'm not familiar with the druid. Apologies, guys. I should look them up because they are a part of this deck, but at some point I will. Just get so busy. Let me write it down. Okay. Books, parents. So Shadow Self says that there's something within your family dynamic, or like your parents. Also, it's like you have a really good relationship. I'm getting Shadow is saying like you got a good relationship with your parent, and it's better than people have established their relationship with their parent. You have a more honest, a more truthful existence and dynamic with your parents than they have with theirs. So that's another thing that people get jealous of you about. You know what I'm saying? Because you're, like I said, you're not just out here talking that talk, you really living that. You're really walking that walk, okay? So books, your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, and selling spiritually based books, okay? So some of you guys, like, remember I was telling you about how some of you guys are socially developed and some of us are socially awkward, right? Some of us more socially developed ones, career path and life purpose is in editing, selling, writing, reading spiritually based books. Okay, so that is also a part of your shadow self that you have been repressing, and spirit needs you to know. Okay, your angels need you to know that. Okay, don't repress that any longer, but actually get going on that. Okay, stop sleeping on yourself here. Okay, hold the space, they said. Hold the space, okay, for your passions to soar. Anything else here, Holy Spirit? Power animal. So some of you may work with like an animal spirit guide. It's a guardian to you and it's helping you with the situation. I heard like a dragon or something like that. Okay, tell me more, your Holy Spirit. Grow within your current situation and stand your ground. Mountains. Yeah. Okay. They don't know how deep, number one, they don't know how deep you are. You're a fucking mountain. Like, you can't move a mountain. Like, the mountain itself have roots. You know what I'm saying? That's tied and tethered to the land. You know what I'm saying? That it's on. So therefore it's grounded. So stand your ground. You know what I'm saying? Know that you're protected. Know that you're on the right path. Even Shadow is like talking big shit for us here in this particular reading, if y'all haven't noticed. Wise one, grow within your current situation, okay? Stand your ground. I know it might feel, or you might be thinking, but that's because you used to having those type of thoughts about yourself. That's because you always in course correction, you always in self-correction with yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you have to be realistic and able, with that Four of Swords message, it was really, that's a reflection card. Sit up and reflect on your life and how far you've come. So you could truly be able to give yourself a pat on the back, like genuinely, not just because, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let me soothe you, coddle you. No, like give yourself a pat on, be able to, once you reflect, you'll be able to give yourself a pat on the back, which is genuinely for all your accomplishments, how far you have come. You know what I'm saying? So far, like for real, you know what I'm saying? So continue to grow within your current situation. Tell me more here, Holy Spirit, as it relates to this reading. Ancestors, guides, cancel, clear, delete. Okay? Use only positive words and thoughts as you're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask your angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. Okay? Direction, guardian, choose your path. Okay, emotional sensitivity too. That's what I was saying. Honor and respect your deep sensitivity. It's a gift to us all. That's what I was saying about y'all. A lot of y'all, when people come at you, and even if in the slightest of ways, even if it's just a small interaction like hi, hey, or whatever, you can read, you can feel because you have an emotional sensitivity. So honor and respect that deep sensitivity. It's a gift for us all. Okay, cancel, clear, delete this energy from the past that was trying to keep you stagnant or feeling like you couldn't do something or like your life was in shambles when really these energies was giving you that energy because they wanted you to feel that so you could stop living so good and stop ascending because you're making them look bad. But keep going because you just got started. Okay, hello. Okay, you just got started. You know how you doing so good, people don't want you to keep going because they like, damn, you making us look bad. You making us have to work harder. Yeah, as you should, because you wasn't working hard enough. I don't know how you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me step it all the way up on y'all. Foot on that. Track down your fears and desires. Some of y'all might have fears when it comes to you writing or you in speech or speaking and stuff like that. Let me tell y'all something. The only way that I overcame my speech impediment or, things like that when it came to my me talking, my throat chakra, all of these things is because I kept using it. You'll never strengthen that muscle if you don't use it. Remember I tell y'all all the time about your intuition. How do you strengthen that? By using it. Same way with your throat. You got to use it. And then when you use it, stop using the same vernacular. Stop using the same motherfucking words. Use different words. Look up words. Find new words to add into your dictionary and your normal wording. You know what I'm saying? Your regular words and stuff, like expand your consciousness. You know? This is a part of your path. Books and literature. So you should be well versed and be able to be articulate in many of settings, in many of varieties of dialogue. Okay? To many of people. Okay? So expand your consciousness when it comes to that. All right? But that's what I got for our shadow report. Let me know how you like the message down below.